This is it, everyone. Speed metal. This is the basically I consider this to be Flash 102 of Joshua Williamson's run as the official epilogue of sorts for his run because when this came out, his final run on the Flash comics had come to an end after 101 issues. So I consider this to be his epilogue and hopefully a starting gate for a Wally West series. Especially since Dan DiDio's no longer around to put him down, I say we win in this. So this is a tie-in once again to death metal, and once again an essential tie-in, which still begs the question: why didn't they just label this as part of the big events, or did they just thought this was a much more selling point? But yeah, the Flashes, led by Wally West Manhattan, and and this is essentially the same length as a full-fledged issue of death metal, so might as well have just done that. But it is what it is. But yeah, this is, in my opinion, Joshua Williamson's farewell letter to the Flash family, though I hope it's not the end. I hope it's the beginning of sorts with a Wally West run, because let's be honest, Wally West is in need of a run in the DC universe after actually since Rebirth started, he never did get a singular story issue series. He had Flash Forward, which was just trying to fix everything that they broke with Heroes in Crisis, mixed opinions on that. And then you got, yeah, yeah, that's it. Like the last time Flash was the star in his series was before Barry Allen came back. So, yeah, and that was when Final Crisis happened. Yeah. So yeah, Wally West is practically the star in this issue in this big special tie-in, and yeah, it's let's get into gear with this. Let's step up to the play and make the run, unintended. And long and behold, we get some narration mirroring the Watchmen format. I was out of time. It was long and hard. Lost in the Speed Force while the world I love changed. Yeah, Dan DiDio really hated us, so I don't know why his problem with fictional characters is. But I remember the gift my uncle gave me. Every second is a gift. And it brought me to him. He was my lightning rod. Especially since the other guy was especially since his wife didn't know who he was. Then we get the memorable moment of rebirth and the tearful goodbye and reunification. Barry brought me back, but and then as Wally explained all the whole thing about what had happened, and they go ahead and talk about it was Doctor Manhattan and whatnot, and then we got to this two-page spread featuring Doctor Manhattan officially outside of Doomsday Clock, because if you've noticed, regarding all the DC Rebirth stuff, they never really, and this is the one thing I loved about it, because DC really was probably tempted by this. DC could have easily, you know, shoved Manhattan in there every single time when he played a huge role, such as the destruction of the White Lantern Corps, the Superman Oz stuff, like all these things that they could have done, but no, they kept their restraints on. We're like, okay, we want to do it, we want to do it, but okay, they kept him in the shadows. They never showed him. The only time up until Doomsday Clock, and that was like several issues in, except if you exclude the flashback they did with the pre-Watchmen era. The only time we ever saw him was just his hand picking up the comedian's button. So I always loved that DC kept their restraint of, oh man, we can bring him in and it would drive sales, but now we got a plan here. And then Dan DiDio screwed it all up. And now it's like ever since Doomsday Clock, they were like, okay, let's go. And then they did this for a time. This is like, I think this is officially the first time this is the first time they showed Dr. Manhattan since Doomsday Clock in the death metal event. And this was beyond just Jeff Johns' work. So, narration continues as we see this gorgeous image of Dr. Manhattan ruining everyone's life. Someone else. After that, I tried to move forward, return to my life, be with my friends, but it was if the universe held me back. No matter how fast I ran, I knew I was still missing something, and I'd do anything to find it. That obsession hurt the people I love. Well, it turns out it was actually Eobor Thawne who manipulated everything, drove me to make mistakes I never thought I was capable of. Yeah, that was the end of Dio's job. Mistakes I had to pay for. I thought to be redeemed, but that came at a cost, and a new mission to fix the timeline. I have become the very thing I hated, but someone new had other plans. Even then, I felt like I had to wait for the universe to show me what its plan for me. The Batman who laughed. A mad creature bird from the deepest pits of the dark multiverse was disrupting our world worse than ever before, turning us away from hope toward despair. Yeah, back to Dio. I love destruction. I tried to stop him, but he used the powers of an ancient god to do the impossible, to steal the Mobius chair. Yeah, this basically confirms that, yes, that essentially what I'm hearing is that, yes, this is the equivalent of Dragon Ball Z logic, where, oh, this person that destroyed planets, killed millions, and ruled for 27 years, he is weak compared to the bigger threat. And then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. So basically it means Perpetua is powerful than Dr. Manhattan, it seems, I think. Again, I felt as if the universe had abandoned me. I hoped for answers, but none came. Then Wonder Woman saved me. And we get that reliving moment when Wonder Woman asked the Batman who laughs, and she reunited me with old friends. We see the reunion between the heroes of the Flash family, but the Batman who laughs became something darker, something more evil than anything the multiverse had ever seen. He had become the Editors! And just as lost as I was in the Speed Force, I know the path the universe wants me on. So, yeah, we cut to the Batman who laughs, aka the Darkest Knight, giving chase in his godly form. Jay, Wally, follow me, Barry Allen proclaims. Where are we headed, gentlemen? We just keep running. That monster has used his nightmarious imagination to create a world with no escape. Then we'll go to another. And yeah, Wally basically tries to go somewhere else, but Perpetua kind of destroyed most of that place, so they're essentially trapped in one location where Barry has to remind him, Wally, you think I didn't try that? I even took the risk of going back in time, but nothing worked. Perpetua has destroyed most of the multiverse. Well, we better get our plan together fast, because whenever the Batman who laughs has become, he's gaining on us. And then Wallace West Kid Flash shows up. Hey, where have you all been? Kid Flash? I've been searching for the Teen Titans for weeks, and was just about to give up when I fell you through the Space Force. Whoa, Wally, when did you start wearing Boom? Why do you have a hydrogen symbol on your forehead? Long story. Fast version, the Batman who laughs wants to steal anti-crisis energy inside me. What does that have to do with... Okay, the Dio's biggest success in life, no. Like, that is not the... If you want a really abridged version of everything that went on, essentially, here's the thing. Your Lord and Master Dio screwed up the DC universe more than it already was, as with the Rebirth Initiative being botched because Jeff Johns left to go fix the DCEU, and look how that turned out. And now it's like... Oh, God. Also, wait, if he's been searching this whole time, and they didn't detect this, I'm thinking, wait, what? Like, I know I don't know much about the Speed Force, but I'm pretty sure it's more complicated. Barry Allen gets everyone's act together by saying, focus, every step we take at this being puts an incredible strain on the Speed Force. We're not only going to burn our bodies out, we're going to burn out the Speed Force out. Either way, we're boom, 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 boom. Are those war drums? No, but I recognize it. And sure enough, we get multiple versions of Dark Flashes. Yeah, that actually exists. We see Batman who runs. We see dark version of what looks to be Barry Allen. We see a dark version of the Joker, what looks like to be a zombie, and it looks like to be a Black Lantern Corps. It's a horde of dark flashes. The Batman who lied must have unleashed them from the dark multiverse to run us down. He's toying with us. I hate fast-running zombies. Why did he send them? Because he's not trying to outrun us, he wants to outsmart us. If these dark flashes are connected to our speed force, then their speed will burn it out even faster. Ah, dang! They burn all right! It's been an honor to run alongside you, but I think this is my stop. You never leave us on the field, Jay, and neither will we. No flashes left behind. Except for that one time when I went back in time to save my mother for some crazy obsessive reasons and erase all of existence up. And then Dr. Manhattan retconned it. And that's a line, Wally! Hey, there's a way I could buy us some time, but it's risky. We don't have time for it. Keep close. And then Wally West activates an equation that I cannot pronounce, that I will not try and do. But, yeah. Everything just stops around them. Whoa, what did you do? It's the Speed Force formula developed by Johnny Quick, taps into the Speed Force in a different way. I've only used it to stop time once before. Why do I feel like a drain? Combining the formula and our abilities puts an extra strain on the Speed Force and accelerates the burnout. You can feel that monster pushing against the Speed Force formula. This brought us maybe a few minutes, and the moment time restarts, we're done running. We were out of options, Barry. Hey, maybe I just found one. You see where we stopped? Central City? The Flash Museum? Maybe we can find something here to help us run faster. I came through here days ago, searched it to top to bottom. It's all gone. What about the other species? Maybe they can't. I looked, but crack-a-coom! It's on us to get justice. We push the Speed Force as hard as we can, Jay. Our own steps generate it. If Wally hadn't acted so irresponsibly with the Speed Force formula, we could have kept running. I got us a moment to catch our breath. To do what? I'm sorry I don't have all the answers like you, Barry. Pulling flashbacks out of my... hey! Oh, great. Here we go again. They're fighting again. Wait, when did they fight? A bit ago, Hunter Zolomon manipulated them into racing and fighting. We went into the future. They broke the Speed Force barrier. It was a whole thing. Flash War! And then Barry Allen just smacks them in the back. Jay Garrick just smacks them in the back of the head. Flashes don't fight, you numbskulls. And that already exhausted him. Whew. Okay, that might have been a bit much for me. I can really feel the strain on the Speed Force now. We need to get moving again. Find a way to get as much distance between us and them before time restarts. I think I know what we can do. How to gain an advantage over the Batman who laughs. The Mobius chair. It holds the secrets of the multiverse. The universe made me sit in it in order to repair our timeline. Batman who laughs tried to steal the knowledge from it, but it rejected him. Now he's gained control of the anti-crisis energy. He'll try again. Before, he caught me off guard, but this time, I can beat him to the punch. And the Batman Manhattan who laughs, his eyes are glowing. Then we get the chair to 101 in the Justice League. We had to run back toward that horde, Wally. We can't constantly run in circles, Barry. Maybe we need to break that cycle. Instead of running away from them, we run into them. Absolutely not. We stay on the move, Barry. Flashes move forward, and sometimes we need to go back. You taught me a lot, and one of the main things was we don't run from danger. We run to it. Getting that chair doesn't just save us, it could save everyone. And if you won't run with me to get it, I'll run alone. Wouldn't be the first time. Well, you gotta go after your boy or what? Wally, I saved the world when you were gone. I even saved the multiverse. Tons of times, more than I can count. Alone, with the Flashes, the Justice League, our family, on the edges of our time to the fourth world, I ran saving lives. I even went ahead and punched the devil. Please remember that this is a character that Dan DiDio hated with a passion. The person who literally punched the devil. And I always felt like I was running behind you. I worked so hard to get out of your shadow, but when you returned, I got shoved back into it. Yeah, that was partially Jeff Johnson's fault, and Dan DiDio hated everything that he stood for, which was legacy. It's not what I wanted. When I was gone, I missed so much. Part of that was you growing up, going from Kid Flash to the Flash. And sometimes I forget that. That's the thing to deal with. That's my thing to deal with. I'm just afraid of losing you again. That's all. A lot happened since I saw you last time. There's so much to tell you. Edelborthon showed me how much he hurt our family. but I can't blame him for all my mistakes. I mean, like, you can blame him for Heroes in Crisis now, so we could blame him for that to some minor extent. And I'm not staying by you when you need me was one of my biggest. I'll be damned if I'll make that mistake again. Whatever we do it together. And then Batman Manhattan Who Laughs, the Darkest Night, makes eyes flash glowing again. And then Barry Allen reports, alright, we're doing Wally's plan, pretty much. So we're gonna dive headfirst into the horde of evil flashes and run past an evil Batman into a castle filled with even more evil Batman to steal a cosmic chair. Pretty much, we're in. And then this confusing moment happens. So the Speed Force is corrupted or something, and I don't get this part. It just confuses me. Like, I'm royally still confused by this. But I don't know why. But this really bugged me because I didn't get it. Barry, Jay, and Wallace all have different outfits now. And Wally explains, I can feel him putting pressure on the Speed Force, finding cracks to get it to us, corrupting it. Okay, I can understand he's trying to break the system, but how does that make the outfits? And why are they metal themed? I know this is death metal, so really they have to go for that. But, like, that just confuses me. When I saw this, I was thinking to myself, oh, is this to sell toys? Like, to this day, I still don't get it. Like, the outfits are cool and all, but I was just thinking, like, does this even make sense when you think about it for more than 10 seconds? But, yeah, and Barry Allen says, last time I felt that was when I turned into a Black Flash. Yeah. It's him and whatnot. And then Jay Garrick looking a lot younger and whatnot, and someone with his eyes looking Jokerish. I guess we better hit the road then. Run faster and harder than you've ever run before, but stick together. Jonah and I never had kids of our own. You boys were enough of a handful as it was, but you've helped us feel like we had a family. I always wanted to see if I could outrace you old timers anyway. Remember, we don't run for us, we run for the world. The moment time restarts, we have to run right into that horde. It's going to take everything we have. Ready, set, and chaos unfolds. We'll save you the trouble. We're coming to you. And sure enough, they beat the holy crap out of every single creature of the horde and races past them. And then this scene happens. The Batman Who Laughs says, "Where are you running off to now? Oh, I see. Clever." And then they say this line that confirms that Batman Who Laughs is a parody on Didio. Hey, Flash family, is it true that Flash has to die in every crisis? Okay, a bit of context on that. So, Dan Didio, I believe in the interview back in 2007, I think. I know this was an interview, I looked it up, I did some research on this. Made a joke how a Flash has to die in every crisis. Yeah, even I know he was trying to make a joke and that turned into an urban myth, but everyone should know that's not true. The only Flash to die in a crisis was Barry, and he came back in the final crisis, which wasn't really the final crisis, but that's a lot more complicated to explain. But yeah, like, Jay Garrick didn't die. Barry Allen was killed after Infinite Crisis. Wally West disappeared in Infinite Crisis, then came back, even though Dan DiDio was trying to make sure he stayed dead or never came back. Final Crisis, no one died. In fact, Barry was resurrected. And, yeah, I don't get that myth. And then Heroes in Crisis happened, and I'm not even going to dig into that can of worms, but I'll just say no Flash has died other than time displacement, but that's more complicated. So, Batman Who Laughs taunts, "Do you really want to sit back in that chair, Wally? What's our next move? We fight Batman." And yeah, they run through a horde of Robin goblins. Show them why we're the fastest men alive. And Jay Garrick trips and sorry, gents, these old bones aren't gonna make it. But I'll cover you. You keep going this time. You hear me? Hey, we'll come back for you, Jay. We know you can keep the dark flashes from catching up from us. Okay, you boys are in for a treat. I was taught how to fight by Ted Grant. I can still feel the chair. It's closed. And we see a Batman version of Clayface. Don't let Flash Jr. escape! I can't keep up with you two. I'm going back for Jay. Keep going. 2 down, 2 to go. Who falls next? Run, 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 run! Barry, I can feel the Speed Force breaking, and he's hot on our heels. I don't think we can... And you were right, Wally. What? For years I led you, and you followed. Oh, even when I was gone, that's how it was. You might be faster, but I was always the leader. Now when the chips are down and the going got tough, I wanted to run away to escape, and you didn't follow. You could have stayed behind me again and in my shadow, but you chose your own path. That's why I know you can do this. I keep trying to use the anti-crisis to go faster, and it's not enough. Barry, just listen, okay? You always said I inspired you. Well, today, you inspired me. Don't use that power, Wally. Use mine, our Speed Force. You can make it, Wally! And Wally West runs as fast as he's ever had before. Narrating, and can't let Barry's sacrifice go to waste. I can already feel his speed merging with mine, making me faster than ever before. You really think you have a chance when your mentor failed, Wally? And then this beautiful moment comes and happens. As the hordes of the Batman flashes start coming after him, the narration continues. Their claws don't just pierce my costume or my flesh, they tear into the Speed Force itself, into every ounce of my being. They try to hold me back just like so much of my life in the last few years. They want me scared to focus on my own setbacks and struggles. But I'm done doing that. And long and behold, Wally West outfit transforms from the Dr. Manhattan merging into his definitive Wally West Flash era costume. Yay! I'm thinking about what gives me hope. The people that always kept me moving, no matter how hard things got. My lightning rods. I need to stop waiting for the universe to show me the path and make my own. I remember the inscription on the watch Barry gave me. All I need is one more second. And I'm thinking to myself when I saw this, it's like, okay, we see all his past life with Linda, Barry, the Flash family, and I'm just like, where are the Titans? Like, they are just as much as important to him as they are to, everyone else. So, Wally West makes it, decked in his Flash uniform, and reaching the Mobius chair saying this, "Hey, Batman who tries too hard. No! I am still confused why he's doing that hand gesture. And then a massive explosion happens, and Batman who laughs, just laughs. I'm back. Back to where this all started, lost in the Speed Force. I can feel myself being pulled deeper than ever before. I'll become one with the Speed Force soon. But at least I got the Mobius chair away from the Batman who laughs. Ever since I returned, I haven't known why I came back. The universe felt directionless. Now I know it was about this moment. Last time I felt peace, but this time I feel hope. I was lost once, but I got home. I'll get back to my family again. You hear me, universe? My name is Wally West, and I'll find my family again. Wally, you don't have to. We came to you this time. And we're in this gigantic white void which is probably the easiest drawing the artist ever did. So we get the entire Flash family, all the way from, so we get the reunion that everyone's been longing to see. Jesse, Johnny Quick, the new Flashes, Jesse Chambers, there's Jay Garrick, the kids, Iris and Jay West, and Barry just says, when you got the chair, you pulled us out of the fire. That was definitely a close call. What? How? Danny! When the Justice League went missing and things got scary in reality, we shared our speed with each other. It was Bart's idea. Ran like hell into here. It's just like what happened to you in Abracadabra, but better. You were trapped in here before, and it allowed you to avoid some of the changes in time. And so now you are using it to our advantage. For so long being lost in the Speed Force kept us apart, but now it saved us. I missed you and your zen of way of things, Max. Max. And as Barry Allen and his wife Iris, or girlfriend or whatever, reunite. You kept your promise. A bit later than I'd like. And Linda and Wally reunite. Aww. The kid said you had a new blue costume. Sounded nice. Really? It doesn't matter what you're wearing, you're still my Flash. As his kids give looks of disgust. That's not the reflection. Ew, gross. Sup, old man. Good to see you, kid. And quit thinking getting us here. Whatever. Can we stay inside the Speed Force forever? Avoid the Batman who laughs? He'd find this place eventually. I can feel his power growing with each passing minute, and the Justice League needs us. They're part of our family, too. We still need to get that chair to Wonder Woman. She'll know what to do. This is the greatest fight of our lives, but we can't give up an inch of hope. Are you going to sit in it, Dad? I'll do whatever it takes to save our family, Jay. To save the multiverse. Jay and Barry, after all that, are you up for running with me to get the chair to Wonder Woman? Always. Haven't felt this alive in years. The rest of you, I'm glad you're safe, but we'll need you soon. Race will last when you know that the time is right. We'll be waiting. Don't worry, we'll bail you out again. You want to say goodbye to everybody? Don't need to. I know we'll see them again soon. The moment we step foot back into the Metalverse, the Batman who laughs is going to be on us. I have a feeling we're racing into a war unlike anything we've ever seen. Hey West, where are you going to find a needle and thread in this place? I got that covered. For the Mobius chair to follow us, I need to channel what's left of my anti-crisis energy. And that's going to mean putting the blue back on. At least my wife likes it. Wally, thank you. Oh, hey, we don't have time for you to get all emotional now, Barry. Fair enough. You ready to run? Lead the way. Nah, I think you got it covered. It's your turn. Damn right. And as Barry, Wally, and Jay race back into the Speed Force with the Mobius chair, with following him, we can say we ended off with a to be continued in Death Metal 4. This comic is epic. So while I do question the outfit changes part and the obvious in-jokes on Didio, I do love this story. It feels like a homage to everything Wally West is and why he connected with us for so many years and for an entire generation through the cartoons and everything. I really hope Joshua is just finished with Barry's story. I would love to see him do a story with Wally West again in the future, more so than when Barry was the main character and Wally was on the side. And in Flash 4 was Wally getting the title as Fastest Man. But yeah, this was an epic piece of story, and I consider this to be his epilogue of sorts to the Flash run he had from Rebirth to 2020. So, the artwork's awesome, the artwork reuniting for this big moment, and yeah, it's just fun. I can't wait to tell you about the next tie-in, Multiverses End. This was Neo Reality Antenna. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you all next time, and forever and always, keep on running.